Guys, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to talk about retirement savings. It's going to be a very informative video, and I bet you that we're actually going to scare a few people, because I know there's people out there, and I've spoken to people who has not saved a dime for their retirement. They might be 30 years old, they might be in their 30s, they might be in their 40s, and I've spoken to a few people in their 40s, and guess what? These people, they don't save money for their retirement. And actually, we did a calculation. I asked this one guy, how much money do you need? He says, oh, I need about $4,000 a month. Okay. And then we worked it back, how much money he needs to save today so that he can get $4,000 a month when he retires. Guys, and that's exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna figure out how much money we need to retire with, so comfortably retire, maintain a very good standard of living, okay? Then we're gonna work it back to how much money we need to save today. And then I'm going to discuss where you can put where you can put your savings that you save on a monthly basis, where you can put them. Welcome to the channel, guys. If you are new, subscribe, like, and also hit that bell notification. And the reason I'm asking you to hit that bell notification and subscribe is because once this video is complete, I'm going to make 3 separate videos. One on cryptocurrency, how to get started, how to buy, how to transfer money into your account, what it is, and so on. One on property, how to get into property. I got into property about 7 years ago when I bought my first property. I can only tell you guys what I know. So I've read books, I went to seminars, I YouTubed, I Googled, but the most important thing is I had a mentor. And I would advise you guys to get a mentor, because there's no need to reinvent the wheel, right? Speak to someone who's done it. Tell them, hey, listen, I don't know much, but I'm gonna try my best. Can you help me if I have a few questions? And they will most likely say yes, and they are going to be your mentor. So get a mentor, because a mentor helped me a lot. Even in crypto, I've got friends who's been in crypto before I got into it, and I asked them, guys, what do I do here? What do I do there? What do you think of this? What do you think of that? And they helped me. All right. And also for the stock market, if you can get a mentor for that, that's great. Otherwise, I'm going to make videos. All right, guys, let's get right into it before this video gets too long. First thing we're going to discuss is how much money we need when we retire. All right. So I'm going to use the board. If you can't see the board, I'll also have it on the screen. So person number 1 is a person who's paid off their house. They don't have to rent a place. So basic costs for that, let's say person number 1, they don't have a house, so their house is paid off. They do have a car, they got to buy food, pay for utilities, maybe they have some animals, so that's going to cost some money. Some personal money, maybe you want to go play some golf, maybe you want to go visit the kids, maybe you want to travel, okay? So you just save up that money, $500 for that. Medical, $100, you're going to be old, you're going to have to buy some medicines and stuff like that, so $100 for that. And then maybe you're going to need to either help family out, if you don't need to help family out, help a friend out. So I'm just going to put $300 just for anybody that needs it, maybe give some money to the church. So person number 1, they need about $2,100 a month to live this kind of lifestyle, okay? I did put food $600, that might be a bit of an overkill. However, these figures are random, okay? You can put in whatever figures you want. If there's something on the list that you know you're gonna require or that you need for your retirement, just put it up and you make a basic calculation of how much money you're gonna need. All right, person number 2, like I said, they have their house extra, and let's just say their house costs $1,000 a month for rent, and they're gonna need $3,100 a month to survive. All right, quick fun fact. Look at this, guys. All right, so in the year 2000, milk was $2.78, eggs was 96 cents, bread was 92 cents, and ground beef was $2 a pound. If we go to 2005, you can see things have increased. Milk is $3.20, eggs $1 for a dozen. And we go to today. So today, milk about $2.90, eggs for a dozen, it's $1.54, bread $1.99, and ground beef $6.29. So you can see things are definitely increasing in price, okay? So in today's money, we need $3,100, for example. But 20 years from now, if you're in your 30s, you want to retire by the time you're 50, 20 years from now, things are going to be more expensive. If you're in your 20s and you're going to retire in 40 years, things are going to be way more expensive. So let's just say, just to be safe, let's just say we need to double this amount. So in 20 years, let's talk about a person that's in their early 30s and they want to kind of have enough money to be able to retire by the age of about 50. That's not to say they are going to, because a lot of people love what they do, like myself. I love flying airplanes, so I'm probably going to continue flying airplanes after I'm 50. However, I would like the finances and the option to retire if I really want to, okay? Because that's what it actually does. Money gives us options, guys. It gives us options to live in a better neighborhood, live in a different country, travel more, see our family, send our kids to better schools. That's what money does. It gives options. It doesn't necessarily give a lot of, let's say, happiness. You work, let's say you start working at age 20. Let's say you retire at age 55. But now you've had time to save up for your retirement. Let's say you can't work after the age of 55 due to medical reasons. How old do we really get before we pass on? Let's have a look. So check out. The United Nations estimate a global average life expectancy of 72.6 years in 2019. So let's just say we'll work with that. All right. So from the age of 50, when you can't work anymore, to the age of 72, that's 22 years. So you need to save enough money to last you for 22 years. Now I'm going to write this figure upside down. That's for myself. All right. Let's have a look at this. So we need roughly, and let me write this down. We need roughly $6,200 in the future every month to be able to live, and the person who's got a house paid off needs $4,200. All right, so now if you don't have this, download the compound indicator. Just download a compound indicator, and this will then tell us how much money we can save and how much interest we can make on our money. All right, if we need $6,200 a month by the time we retire, let's say we need it for 32 years. So we're going to take 6,200 times 12. Okay, that's going to give us $74,400 a year times 32. So we need about $2.3 million, and that means we can take out the $6,200 every month and we can live for 32 years. All right, 2.3 million. Okay, the other calculation, 4,200 times the 12 months, we need $50,400 a year, times that by 32 years, that's $1.6 million. Around 2 million and around 1.6 million that we need to be able to save in your working lifetime so that you can retire with this kind of life. And that's only if you're gonna live 32 years. If we open a compound indicator, okay guys, look on your screen. We open a compound indicator, and let's say we are starting with a balance of 0. So from our next paycheck, we're going to start saving money for our retirement, and we're going to start with a balance of 0. We've got 22 years to save up all the money that we need for retirement. All right, not a lot of time. Now, on average, let's say you get 8% a year. Now in the S&P 500 over the last about 100 or so years, they say it's been an average of about 7 to 8%. So let's just say it is 7 to 8%, okay? And let's say you are able to put away $500 a month. So that's $6,000 a year, and we're going to compound it annually, so just once a year. If you do that, you put away $500 a month, you're only going to end up with about $332,000. All right, so now what we're going to do, now we're going to work out how much money can we get from that investment. So we've got a $332,000. How much interest can we get every single month if we don't touch our initial investment of $332,000, but we're just trying to live off the interest? And in that way, we will never run out of money. All right, so let's do this. So 332,740. That's our initial investment now. So we take our money and we just put it in the S&P 500, for example. And how much money are we going to get every single year? So we're going to do 1 year. So duration is 8%. And because we've now retired, we're not going to put any more money into our retirement account. So you can see we're going to get a profit of $26,619. All right, so let's go to our calculator. We put it in $26,619 divided by 12. You're going to get $2,218 a month to live off. Now guys, it is not enough if you paid off your house and it is definitely not enough if you have to pay a mortgage. That's all you're gonna get, guys. $500 a month starting now for 22 years or 20 years, okay? You can see it's not enough. So how much money do we need to put away? So let's just start off with with the higher amount. We need $6,200 a month. So let's just do that calculation again. 6,200 times 12. We need $74,400. All right, this is now for me again. $74,400. Back to our compound calculator. So what we now do is, let's say we start with the initial balance of 0. We're going to be able to do this, and remember we are, let's say, just 32 years old, or let's say we're 30 years old. We're going to work until about 50. All right, so we're 30 years old and we're going to work until, let's just say 55. Let's do it 55. So we're going to work for 25 years at 8%, and we're going to be able to put $1,000 away. All right, so we're going to put $12,000 away every year. Guys, that's only going to leave us with $877,000. All right, so if we put that into our initial investment, we've now retired. We're not going to put any more money into that account, and we are going to get $70,181. It's fairly close to our target, right? So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to put on $1,300. So let's work that out. $1,300 times that by 12. We're going to put away $15,600 of $15,600, and we're going to do that for 25 years, for example, at 8%, which is going to leave us with 1.15. Let's just call it $1.15 million at the end of our working careers. So 1149. That's all. Let's just say that's what we're going to get. We're going to change that to a 1 because we want to find out how much money we're going to earn from the interest. And we're not going to put any money into the account anymore because we have now retired. And that's going to give us $91,920. That's the golden number, guys. $1,300 a month. $1,300 a month for 25 years. And we're going to end up with about $91,000 a year to survive. And that's slightly more than we want, but it's good. And that's it. This is how we do the calculation. It's fairly simple. The brilliant thing about this is, I want to show you guys this. If you don't spend all of the money, let's say you don't spend $91,000 a year, you only spend, let's say, $60,000 a year. The extra, the $30,000, goes back into the initial investment. All right, so it was 1.149 million. That 30,000 will go back into that investment. So the following year, your interest, the money you're going to get from interest, will be much, much higher. And again, in year 2, if you don't use all the money from your retirement, you just put that back. And every single year, you're going to have more money than you started off with. So you're going to be in retirement for 10 years, but you're going to have more money than you started off with. And this is where planning comes in. This is where just having a plan, constantly investing every single month, and remember, as your paycheck increases, you want to put more money away every single month. All right, now that's about it. Now we're going to quickly talk about money lessons I've learned, and I'm going to share this with you guys. Lesson number 1, learn how to invest money and not just save money, because if you just save money and you put money in your bank account, which is great, you're saving money, but it's not working for you. You want to invest your money so that every single month, every single year, you get a return of 8% or 10% or 20% or 15%, which is really, really good. Delay gratification. So I know you're going to get your paycheck and you really want the new iPhone, or you really want a new camera, and you get your paycheck and immediately you go and you can buy this camera. Okay, fine, that's great. Congratulations. But what have you saved? Absolutely nothing. Why don't you save $500 a month for a camera or $300 a month for a camera, and then when you get that money, you buy the camera. All right, but this is where planning comes in. So delay gratification, or you want a new golf clubs, or you want a new outfit, or you guys are going on holiday and you want a few things, but you really don't need it, just don't buy it. don't buy it. If you don't need it, don't buy it, because we tend to spend so much money on things we don't need, and we could actually just put that money away every single month, and we can be sure, we can rest assured the day I retire, or I'll be able to retire at that age, and this is the amount of money I will get every single month. Okay, tip number 3 is pay yourself first. Take money from that paycheck, pay yourself first. Take a percentage of that and pay yourself. And that is the money you're going to be able to save. Okay, save that money, put it on one side for your retirement. Tip number 4 is have a goal with your investments. Have an amount. So you want to be able to save $1.2 million. Break it down. This is how much money I need. Just double it because of inflation, because 20 years ago, 30 years ago, things were cheaper than it is today. Why is this? Because we're printing more money. For example, let's have a look. If there was one apartment building in an area, in a really upmarket area, one apartment building, the apartments are going to be really valuable, right? All of a sudden, there's more buildings popping up. So let's say there was 100 apartments in this building. All of a sudden, in the whole area, there's 1,000. What's going to happen to the value of your apartment? It's going to go down. Why? Because there's more apartments. Same thing with money. The governments are just printing money, flooding the market with money. What's going to happen to the existing money? It's going to lose its value. And this is what's happening. It's inflation, guys. We can't get away from this. So we need to calculate for inflation. And that's probably the simplest example I can think of explaining inflation. So we need to have a goal, $1.2 million. That's what I need, all right, to be able to spend about $6,000 a month. All right, that's what I mean by have a goal, have a figure in mind. I already spoke about option number 5, tip number 5. I said, remember that money doesn't necessarily buy happiness, but it buys options. Okay, it gives us the option to live a better life, to go play golf, to go walk on the beach, go on holidays, to see our families and so on. So I know it's nice to go out and spend money now, but you got to think about yourself in 30 years, because imagine your older self will thank your younger self that you started early. All right, and the earlier you are, the better. The earlier you started this, then you don't have to put away $1,300. You might only have to put away maybe $500. So if you start in your early 20s, maybe $300 is enough. So the earlier you start, the better. The older you get, the more, and then you have to start your retirement, the more money you have to obviously put away to be able to reach your goal. All right. Financial education. Guys, you have to educate yourself on finances, basic finances. You really have to educate yourself on basic finances. They touch on this on school, but I don't think it's enough. All right. You need to understand market volatility. So go Google market volatility, check what it is. I will make videos on this. Check the news, events. Know that events have market fluctuations, and this is why we're going to discuss this. This is why I like to invest in 3 categories, or 3 classes: stock market, crypto, and property. So if the stock market is down and all my money is in the stock market, well, guess what? That amount is going to go down. I'm not going to get that amount. I'm going to get less. And all of a sudden, I can't pay for my bills. And now, let's say the stock market is down for 2 years. I'm going to have a pretty crap life for 2 years because all my money is in the stock market. But if you put some money in the stock market, some money in property, some money in crypto, if the stock market's down, maybe the property market is up. Maybe the crypto market is up while the property market is down and the stock market is down, so you're going to get more money from crypto. So this is why I like to invest in 3 asset classes, and I will discuss this in detail because I can only tell you what I know. We're going to talk about a margin of safety. So don't just go and buy the first thing you see. Oh, I like Apple, I'm going to buy Apple now. Well, maybe it's not the right time to buy. There's a few things that we can do to eliminate the risk of buying high and all of a sudden there's a market crash and now your money is worth, or the stock is worth nothing. But remember, the company is still worth something. Remember, when you buy a stock, you're not just buying a stock, you're buying into a company. And we want to make sure that the company is healthy, that the company has enough free cash flow, that the company management has the investors at heart. We want to know that the product is going to be around for the next 10, 20 years. These are the kind of things we want to look at before we just go ahead and buy a stock. All right. We need to understand the difference between assets and liabilities. I'm going to go through all of this, okay? And then lastly, we need to have a basic understanding of taxes. How much taxes am I going to pay with this? What is the corporate tax in my country? What is the personal tax in my country? Do I get any tax breaks? We're going to have a basic understanding on tax, and you're going to have to do the research. Wherever you are in the world, you're going to have to do the research on what your tax law says, okay? Tip number 8 is pay bad debt off first. So if you have credit card debt, normally it's very high interest rates, 20, 25%, pay that off first, as soon as possible, okay? Like I said, asset classes, I'll make videos on this, but crypto, stock market, businesses, property. I absolutely love property. I love crypto. I've been invested in the stock market for about 12 years when I left school, and I swear every single month I just add to my little portfolio because I know where this portfolio is going to be when I retire, let's say at 50 years old. Okay. Tip number 10 is mental and physical health. Guys, your health is your wealth. You can have all the money in the world, but if you're lying on a bed and you're going to die, it's not going to help anything, all right? It might go to your family, but you didn't enjoy it. Don't slave away for money, because money is actually worth nothing. They just print more, and they just print more. But money buys options, money buys better healthcare. But what I'm trying to say is stay healthy, physically and mentally. And then I believe if you do that, you're going to excel and you're going to achieve what you want to achieve, all right? Okay, right guys, that is it, okay? There's hope. If you haven't started yet, get started. Do the basic calculation. Write down everything you need or that you think you might need when you want to retire one day. The estimated values, add that up, just double that. Get into the compound calculator and work out how much money you need. Right guys, share this with friends, share this with family, share this with people, as many people as you can, because I do not want my family to suffer. I do not want my friends to struggle when we get older. So share this, share the news, let them do the calculations themselves, and let them figure out how much money they need to retire. Okay. Guys, have a great evening or have a great day wherever you are in the world. I'll make those videos and I'll see you guys again. Take care. Cheers. Bye-bye.